Peace and blessings, everyone. Welcome back to the Humble Servant Homestead, guys. Today, I am out here in the garden, guys. Now, if you all have been following us, you all know that we added in a extra space here on the homestead, guys, which is called the middle garden, guys. So you all know we have the top garden, now the middle garden, and also bottom garden, guys. And so what I want to go ahead and do, some of these things here, I did plan it out a bit early while the cold was still kind of coming through, and I just want to give you all a quick update. And some of the stuff in here I planned it out a bit later on down as well, but I just want to come on in and give you all a quick update of the middle garden so you all can see the progress on what is going on here in the garden, guys. So come on along. Let's go. We'll do a little bit of talking and a little bit of learning as well. Come on, guys. So right over here, as y'all can see, now if y'all remember those suckers that I sowed up there at the top garden, so what I've been doing, I've been bringing them and pretty much planting them out in this spot right here, guys. And also over here, and this here is bok choy we have planted. Also some bok choy here, guys. And this is your dinosaur kale. Now, like I said, these ones I've just came on in and plant them maybe about a week and some change now. And they're going to take a little bit of time to get established and start growing. But we're going to go ahead and move on over. And so right here, in this row right here, guys, is tomatoes. Okay, as y'all can see, we have one whole bed of tomato planted, and actually we are starting to get flowers, guys. And you know, with this wind outside, is just right for these tomatoes, because that is what's going to help them to get pollinated. But if it was not windy outside like that, you can also come on in and you can just give them a little shake. So what you would do, wherever you see some blossoms at, guys, like this right here, we have a cluster. So like right here, guys, where we have a little cluster, we can always come on in and give a tap. And if y'all can see that pollen, you can see that pollen falling out. Okay, so we'll give them a top. Now what that will do, that will help these tomatoes right here to get fertile, guys, because the male and the female part is in one blossom. All right, so they're pretty much self-pollinated. Okay, later on down, while you get a lot of blossoms out here, sometimes you may even get bees that will come on in and, you know, pollinate these tomatoes for you as well. All right, and so over here is where we have our Jimmy Nardello planted. Now what we have been doing here on the homestead, guys, like I state in one of the videos, that all of our peppers, we are planting them in different locations to keep down on cross-pollinating, because what we want to do is to bring you all good quality seeds. It is getting a little windy out here, so we want to be able to bring you all some good quality seeds. Now these Jimmy Nardello right here, on the inside, now as y'all can see how big this plant is, this plant was actually putting on blossoms, guys, on the inside, and I transplant them out. Now the cold did kind of got them a little bit, not too much, because it did kind of get a bit cold. Now they are actually just starting to strive really well, guys, and the reason for that is you plant them out too early, which that's what I did. I think I planted them out in April, early April, guys, and they pretty much as if they stood still. Okay, they did not do a whole lot, but what's going on, the roots are also being established in the soil, but as far as foliage, wasn't doing much. But now they are actually taking off, and if y'all can see right here, guys, look at that. We have some Jimmy Nardello peppers. Now that is 3 peppers of Jimmy Nardello that we have on here, and like I said, all this entire bed right here is Jimmy Nardello, and we are actually looking for a great yield out of them. All right. And so, as I stated before, this bed I have not came in just yet to fertilize any of this stuff right here. They're pretty much going off of that chicken manure that I brought in, and that is what's been feeding them. Okay. And I believe this variety of tomato is, give me a moment, I think, is it Paul Robinson? And so this variety of tomato is Paul Robinson tomato, guys. All right. Now this variety here, and also the variety that is neighboring, is the Paul Robinson. Okay. And I'll just give you all a quick shot on over here on this side, so y'all can also see what is going on. And so far they are looking really well. Now, what I have been doing with these tomatoes as well, guys, one of the things that I want you all to note is coming on in and also pulling suckers, okay, and any leaves that is actually touching on the ground, guys. Now, this particular tomato right here, like coming in now, I can see this leaf is touching on the ground. I come out here just about every day and walk this space here, guys, but as these tomatoes grow, those leaves, they get longer and longer and start touching the ground. But what I'm going to do, that particular leaf right here, you don't necessarily have to take the whole entire leaf out. You can pretty much break that in half. Now what you're doing, you're just keeping water from splashing up on these tomatoes right here. The beauty about it is, and I'm going to discard of these right here. Now the beauty about it is, if you notice, we do have a drip system in here. I am not overhead watering, and so the beauty about that is I don't have water splashing up on these tomato plants, only whenever the rain fall, and you know, sometimes that seems to be not coming so soon. All right. And so we're going to go ahead and move on over now. And right in here, we also have a few more dinosaur kale, or also known as Lasianada, guys. And right over here is where we have Georgia collards planted, going on down the road there. All right. And so far they are coming up pretty decent. You know, pretty decent for the most part. And right over here we have a few more Lasianada, or dinosaur kale, and this right here is the red Russian kale that we have planted in this area, guys. So what I pretty much came in and do, anywhere that I have space in the garden and I have brassicas that are left over, I would come on in and stick them in, keeping me from losing space in the garden, guys, or having space that's not being occupied. All right. So right over here, what we have is Brussels sprout. Okay. We have some Brussels sprout right here, and as y'all can see, they are growing really well. They are looking really nice. And one of the things, like we always state, is you want to come on in at times and aerate around the root of your plant so they can get oxygen, guys, so they can strive the way how you want them. All right, come on down. And before I go down, what I'm going to go ahead and do now, this right here also is kohlrabi, guys. All right, we have some kohlrabi planted, and as y'all can see, they are doing really well, starting to put on that ball down there at the root. So kohlrabi doing well. Actually, they're also looking pretty well also. And so here is some of those dinosaur kale that I had planted out long time ago when I first planted out inside of this bed. And it is almost time to come on in and harvest some of those beautiful leaves. Now, one of the things that my wife has been doing, she has been making kale chips, guys. And I'm telling you, she seasoned those bad boys up and they are so delicious. All right. So stay tuned. I believe Pretty soon we may be carrying some of those kale chips on our Etsy store, so keep an eye out for that. All right, keep an eye out, guys. Those things are so delicious. All right, and so right over here as well is where we have some more red Russian kale that are looking really good for the most part. And it is also time to come on in and harvest some red Russian kales as well. And over here, like I said, guys, I am just, wherever I have space, I am just sticking stuff in. This right here is also more kohlrabi. All right, and further on down is where we have bok choy, guys. Okay, y'all see the smaller bok choy over there. This is what they're going to be looking like when they get ready. So I did a video the other day and just kind of explaining all these holes here inside of these leaves. Most of these brassica leaves that we have holes in, did a little explanation on what's causing those holes in these leaves right here, guys. So real quick, we're going to head on over here and show you all our cauliflower. All right, come on, let's go. So right here, guys, is where we have our cauliflower, and so far they are doing really well. And with these big leaves right here, guys, that let me know that we're going to have a great yield out of these cauliflower right here. Now, if y'all remember, the goats did kind of come on in and bite back some of these leaves on these cauliflower. And also, one of the things that I'm actually going to have to come on in and do, guys, if y'all notice, we do have some of those cauliflower that are moving pretty slow. I'm going to come on in and just add in a little bit of fertilizer to give them some boost. Maybe they're not absorbing enough nutrients. And so far what I'm seeing, nitrogen is pretty good. So maybe some potassium and phosphorus to encourage those roots, guys, to go ahead and start pulling some nutrients on up so those leaves can go ahead and swell up, so we could get some good yield out of those ones as well. All right, so as y'all can see, guys, that is pretty much it right there for the middle garden. And so far, hey, everything is looking all right, except for we have to control some of these bugs inside of here, more so roly-polies and slugs, guys. They come out at night and they go to work, but nonetheless, we're going to take care of them as time goes on. All right, and that is it right there for the garden update for the middle garden. Now y'all stay tuned. We still have the top garden and also the bottom garden. That is, we're working on it. It is coming along, and we will take you all on a tour after a little while to show you all what they are doing. But that's it for the most part. I just want to say thanks to each and every one of you all out there for stopping by the Humble Servant Homestead. And as always, peace and blessings to each and every one of you all out there. Have a blessed day.